I want to thank you for your years of service. I worked with you when you were Deputy Attorney General. I was impressed then, as I am now, with your integrity, your experience, your excellence. Much of the discussion leading up to your hearing is focused on the question of your independence. Will you be the people's lawyer or the president's lawyer? And I think this is absolutely incorrectly at the heart of the matter, because every other day, it seems, another scathing report from the Inspector General hits us on the head like a hammer, reminding us that the likes of Alberto Gonzales and Bradley Schlossman sullied and demoralized a great legal institution, probably the finest civil service institution in the country, that they really dragged through the mud. So we're in dire need of a less political and more independent Justice Department, beginning at the very top. And I spent a lot of time in the last Congress, as you know, making this point. 4 years ago, moreover, the question of independence was my central consideration when Alberto Gonzales sat in the witness chair, that he was too close to the President, didn't understand the nature of the job of Attorney General. As I said when I voted against him at the time, it's hard to be a straight shooter when you're a blind loyalist. And I think that in my entire Senate career, the vote against Alberto Gonzales may have been one of the most vindicated by subsequent history. So some of my friends across the aisle are questioning your independence and making ludicrous comparisons to Mr. Gonzales, and they're cherry-picking a few episodes from your long and distinguished career and ignoring, conveniently, other more substantial actions you've taken that manifest a true independent streak in the best traditions of the Justice Department. My colleagues have mentioned them already. I'm not a fan of either the March Rich pardon or the FALN. I disagree with your ultimate analysis on FALN and on Mark Rich, I guess, although you've certainly said that was a mistake. I'm a critic. I was a critic then, and I'm a critic now. The essential point, though, is that many who have criticized your role in those pardons, Democrat and Republican alike, recognize your entire career and vigorously support your nomination. Jim Comey, Louis Freeh, the Fraternal Order of Police. So if we're going to make an informed assessment about your independence, I think we have to look at the entire record. And as I look at your background and record, it's clear that you are less connected and less beholden to the new president than most attorneys general in the last 50 years. Let's review for a moment. I have a few quick questions for you. Have you ever been President-elect Obama's personal lawyer, like William French Smith had been for years for Ronald Reagan?
No, I have not.
Have you ever been a staffer to Barack Obama, like Ed Meese had been for President Reagan?
No, I have not, Senator.
Have you ever served as official counsel to Barack Obama, like Alberto Gonzales had been for George Bush?
No, I have not, Senator.
And by the way, has Barack Obama ever dispatched you to the hospital room of a sick government official to get him to authorize an illegal wiretap program? Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, he has not.
All right. And I take it you're not a close relation to the new president, like Bobby Kennedy was to Jack Kennedy.
No, we're not related by blood, though people do say we look alike.
I don't think so. Although you're both very handsome.
I've heard he's handsome. I was going to try to draft on that.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been a professional politician, like, say, John Ashcroft or Dick Thornburg?
No, I've never run for office.
Okay. Before last year, at age 57, after 30 years of a lawyer, did you owe any paid job or government appointment to Barack Obama?
No, I have not. I do not.
When did you first meet the president-elect?
After he was elected, but before he was sworn in as a senator.
Great. What did the president-elect tell you about what kind of attorney general he wanted you to be?
He said, Eric, you got to understand, you've got to be different. We have a pretty good relationship that's probably going to change as a result of your taking this position. I don't want you to do anything that you don't feel comfortable doing. You've got to be my counselor. You've got to tell me if I'm going to get myself in any kind of trouble. I understand that the Justice Department is different. I understand that you're going to be different. He said he hoped that it wouldn't affect our relationship, but he says he understands that I have a different obligation than other people in the cabinet.
Yeah, well, that's refreshing, because I doubt that President Bush ever had that kind of conversation with Alberto Gonzales.